Hello and welcome to my channel, your go-to source for the latest in WWE 24. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for all the updates. Let's dive right in. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley has announced her arrival on Friday Night SmackDown. The Eradicator will make an appearance on the upcoming edition of the Blue Brand show scheduled to air live from the Moda Center in Portland later tonight. The 29-year-old put forth an impressive performance last week to win the Women's Elimination Chamber match. As a result, Ripley will challenge Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 42. The anticipation for the match among the fans has grown manifold following the recent online spat between the two stars. Moments ago, Rhea took to Instagram stories to post a mirror selfie from what appears to be backstage at the venue for SmackDown. She added a short message with the picture to announce her arrival on the Blue Brand. Earlier this week on Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky officially confirmed that they would no longer be a tag team. While Mommy will move to SmackDown, the Genius of the Sky will be in action next week on Raw as one of the 6 participants in the #1 contendership gauntlet match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Former WWE superstar made a massive claim about Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is among the most popular performers in professional wrestling. Former WWE superstar Lana recently made a massive claim about the Aussie considering her popularity. Speaking on TMZ's Inside the Ring, Lana noted that Ripley was like the Roman Reigns of the women's division. She added that the former women's world champion needed to be in the main event scene because she was incredible and a needle mover. In some ways Rhea is like the Roman Reigns of the women. She's a big player. Some would maybe say Charlotte Flair. Some would say Liv Morgan, but possibly Triple H and creative, the decision makers, they could see Rhea Ripley as like the Roman Reigns, right? She always needs to be in the main event. And she is incredible. Like she is brutality. She brought brutality to that match. And she is a needle mover, Lana said. Both Ripley and Reigns are chasing world titles heading into WrestleMania 42. It will be interesting to see if either or both of them leave Las Vegas with the gold. The WWE Universe felt the shockwave long before the music even hit. For weeks, rumors had swirled across the wrestling world about a potential shakeup between WWE's flagship brands. Fans speculated endlessly about surprise returns, blockbuster trades, and shocking debuts. But on one electric Friday night, the speculation turned into reality when Rhea Ripley officially announced her arrival on SmackDown, sending the WWE Universe into a frenzy. The moment felt historic. The arena lights dimmed unexpectedly midway through the show, leaving fans buzzing with anticipation. Commentary fell silent, and the crowd began to murmur. No one quite knew what was about to happen, but the feeling in the air suggested something massive. Then it happened. The unmistakable opening notes of Ripley's entrance theme echoed through the arena. For a split second, the audience froze in disbelief. And then the explosion of cheers came. Rhea Ripley stepped onto the SmackDown stage with the same commanding presence that had made her one of WWE's most dominant superstars. Dressed in her signature dark attire and wearing a confident smirk, Ripley looked completely at home as she surveyed the crowd. The message was clear. Mommy is now on SmackDown. A new era begins. Ripley slowly walked down the ramp, absorbing the thunderous reaction from the crowd. Fans chanted her name loudly as the camera captured their excitement. Some held signs reading "Welcome Mommy" while others simply stood in awe. Inside the ring, Ripley took a moment before speaking. She leaned against the ropes, letting the cheers continue before finally raising the microphone. "Did you miss me?" she asked with a sly grin. The answer was immediate. A deafening roar. Ripley laughed slightly, clearly enjoying the moment. "For the past few years," she began, "I've dominated everywhere I've gone. Raw. Premium live events. Every single ring I stepped into. And now?" She paused dramatically. "Now SmackDown gets to experience the brutality of Rhea Ripley." The crowd erupted once again. Her arrival instantly changed the landscape of the blue brand. The women's division just got dangerous. SmackDown's women's division had already been stacked with talent, but Ripley's arrival introduced a new level of unpredictability. Throughout her WWE career, Ripley had built a reputation as one of the most dangerous competitors in the company. Her mix of power, aggression, and charisma made her nearly unstoppable when she was at her best. Now that power was shifting to SmackDown. Commentators quickly pointed out that Ripley's presence could completely reshape the title picture. Several top stars on the brand suddenly had a massive new threat standing in their path. And Ripley made it clear she didn't come to SmackDown just to make appearances. She came to dominate. A message to the locker room. Ripley continued speaking as the crowd listened closely. "I didn't come here to make friends," she said bluntly. "I didn't come here to sit around backstage and watch everyone else fight." Her tone grew more intense. "I came here to take over." The camera cut to several SmackDown superstars watching backstage, clearly reacting to Ripley's bold declaration. Ripley smirked again. "So to everyone in that locker room, consider this your warning." She raised her voice slightly. "Mommy runs this place now." A potential showdown looms. As Ripley stood in the ring soaking in the moment, the possibility of future rivalries immediately began buzzing through the WWE universe. Fans online began speculating about dream matches that could now happen on SmackDown. Could Ripley clash with rising stars looking to prove themselves? Would established champions step up to challenge her? Or would Ripley simply bulldoze her way through the entire division? The possibilities felt endless. But Ripley wasn't finished speaking yet. The SmackDown champion responds. Just when it seemed Ripley might leave the ring after her shocking announcement, another entrance theme suddenly blasted through the arena. The crowd reacted instantly. The SmackDown Women's Champion stepped onto the stage. The champion slowly walked toward the ring, staring directly at Ripley with an intense look. The tension was obvious. Ripley leaned against the ropes again, smiling like she had expected this. When the champion entered the ring, the two stood face to face in a moment that instantly felt like the start of something huge. The champion grabbed a microphone. "So you think you can just show up on SmackDown and take over?" she asked. Ripley tilted her head slightly. "That's exactly what I'm planning to do." The crowd erupted again. Tension boils over. The confrontation between Ripley and the champion continued to escalate as both superstars traded verbal shots. The champion reminded Ripley that SmackDown already had its own dominant competitors. Ripley responded with confidence. "I've beaten the best this company has to offer," she said. "And if you're the champion, that just means you're the next target." The tension between them became almost unbearable. For a moment, it looked like the two might start fighting right there in the ring. The crowd began chanting loudly. "Let them fight." But before anything could happen, security and officials rushed to ringside, separating the two. The message was clear. A massive showdown was inevitable. Ripley's dominant reputation. Ripley's arrival on SmackDown didn't just bring excitement, it brought fear. Throughout her WWE career, Ripley had proven herself as one of the most physically dominant athletes in the company. She had defeated champions, crushed rising stars, and earned the respect of fans around the world. Her aggressive style made her matches unpredictable and intense. Opponents knew that stepping into the ring with Ripley meant stepping into a fight. Now that fighting spirit was coming to SmackDown every week. And not everyone seemed thrilled about it. Backstage reactions. As the show continued, cameras caught several backstage reactions from SmackDown superstars. Some appeared intrigued by the challenge. Others looked concerned. One veteran competitor reportedly said Ripley's arrival would shake up everything. Another simply said, "SmackDown just got a lot more dangerous." The locker room understood something important. Ripley wasn't just another addition to the roster. She was a game changer. The fans embraced Mommy. Perhaps the most interesting reaction came from the fans themselves. Despite Ripley's intimidating persona, the WWE Universe has long embraced her as one of the most compelling stars in wrestling. Her confidence, rebellious attitude, and brutal in-ring style have created a loyal fanbase that supports her everywhere she goes. When Ripley announced her arrival on SmackDown, many fans celebrated the move as a fresh start for new rivalries and storylines. Social media exploded with excitement within minutes. Posts poured in from fans predicting dream matches and championship runs. Some even declared that SmackDown had just become the most exciting show in WWE. A future championship run? The biggest question now hanging over SmackDown is simple. Will Ripley chase the championship immediately? Her confrontation with the champion strongly suggested that a title match could happen sooner rather than later. Ripley certainly seemed confident enough. She ended her segment with a chilling message. Looking directly into the camera, Ripley said, "SmackDown. You belong to mommy now." The statement sent chills through the WWE Universe. A new chapter for Rhea Ripley. Ripley's move to SmackDown represents more than just a roster change. It represents a new chapter in her career. Over the years, Ripley has evolved into one of WWE's most recognizable stars. Her journey from rising prospect to dominant champion has been filled with unforgettable moments. Now she faces a new challenge. A new roster. New rivals. And new opportunities to prove why she's considered one of the best in the world. The WWE Universe waits. As SmackDown came to an end that night, one thing was certain. Rhea Ripley had officially arrived. Her presence immediately shifted the balance of power on the blue brand, and fans could already feel the excitement building for what comes next. Would Ripley capture championship gold? Would she ignite a legendary rivalry? Or would her dominance lead to something even bigger? The answers will unfold in the weeks ahead. But one thing is already clear. SmackDown has never looked quite like this before. And with Rhea Ripley now in the mix, the future of the women's division has suddenly become far more dangerous.